Ram Ram everyone, welcome to Enthusiastic Spiritual Series. Let's welcome Shiv Kumar ji to give us a discourse on Bhagavad Geeta. So he'll be explaining Bhagavad Geeta in detail. Welcome Bhaiya and thank you all for joining us today.
Shri Ram Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahm Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Welcome to you all meditators. Ram Ram to everyone. We have now completed till verse number 10 of chapter 1 and we will move ahead. Now, in 10th of verse, we have seen that Duryodhana was addressing to Dronacharya that aparyaptam tadasmakam balam bhishma bhirakshitam paryaptam tvidameshetam balam bhima bhirakshatam, that he was telling to Dronacharya that our army under the complete protection of Bhishma, aparyaptam, it is unlimited. Aparyaptam tat asmakam, our is unlimited. Balam bhima bhirakshitam, whose potential is unlimited and it is well protected, abhirakshit, well protected by Bhishma. So paryaptam tadasmakam balam bhishma abhirakshitam paryaptam tvidameshetam balam bhima abhirakshitam, but their army. So our mentor Dronacharya, their army is limited and it is only protected by Bhim, who is the counterpart of Duryodhana, and Duryodhana was considering Bhim lesser than him. So his explanation was self-aggrandizement. It can be taken as self-appraisal, that he is praising himself only in front of his mentor, though the Dronacharya was well knowing about all these things, who is having more potential and who is having less potential, then also as the prince of Hastinapur, he is telling so and so to hide the kind of fear within him. He was telling so. Paryaptam tvidameshetam paryaptam tu idam eshetam, their army is limited. Balam bhim abhirakshitam, and their potential is only protected by Bhim. In this way, Dronacharya is listening and Duryodhana was explaining. Here, at some other place also, in Mahabharata, the same kind of quotation has been mentioned by Duryodhana also, that Gudhinam Pareshan cha bahu pashyami Bharata gunodayam bahu gud manascha vishampate, that he is telling Gudhinam, I am seeing the opponent. Duryodhana is telling that I am seeing the opponent any virtueless. They are not having any special virtue or divine virtue. Gudhinam paresham cha, I am seeing them worthless. Bahu pashyami bharata agunodayam bahu gud matmanasya, but ours is with divine virtues. It is blessed with divine virtues. So Duryodhana is telling like this, that and they can give the fruitful result. And gunat manamascha vishampate, they can give fruitful results. In this way, Duryodhana is explaining the same to Dronacharya. Even he is also mentioning that ekay kasha samartha hi yuyam sarve maharatha panduputra rane hantum sasainan kin samam hata ekay kasha samartha hi. You can singly kill 10,000s ek atah samartha hi. Even single one is capable of killing all Pandavas. And when you all are compiled, when you all are assembled from my side, then what to say about our win? In this way, Duryodhana was telling the same to Dronacharya. The same thing has verse in Mahabharata in many places. So it was the 10th verse. Now let us have a gist about, so that we can reconcile all the stories. That is what is happening here. Who are the various characters in the first chapter? We should have a gist about Mahabharata. That it was a Kuru Vansh. This Kaurava word is named from Kuru Vansh, and the Emperor Kuru, he was the first king of this Kuruvans, whose dynasty was expanded from Afghanistan to, that is, the far east and also extreme south. So in this way, complete extended Bharatavarsha was the dynasty. It was the complete region which was ruled by Samrat Kuru. Now there is also a story that the Ganga, that is a divine Devi Ganga, she was in some assembly or council somewhere in heaven, and due to air, that is the dupatta of Ganga was blown away. All of the Rishi Muni and deity have kept their eyes down, but the one Gandharva was keep on seeing Ganga. So he was cursed by one Muni that you have kept on seeing. So ultimately, this Ganga will be the cause of the complete finish of your dynasty. The same Gandharva was now taking birth as a son of Samrat Kuru. Kuru was having a son whose name was Prateep. That Prateep was same Gandharva who was keep on seeing the Ganga in somewhere heaven. He was a Gandharva, that is a kind of divine spark. Now Ganga came to Prateep when he was having, that is a sacrificial meditation. So it is a kind of harsh meditation he was seeing, he was doing. Ganga came to Prateep, that is the son of Samrat Kuru, and sat on right thigh of Kuru. Now when Prateep has seen that Ganga is doing so, so he has said to Ganga that, see, I cannot marry you because the place of wife is the left one. You should sit on my left side, and you had sit on my right thigh. This is the place of my son, and so you will marry to my son, who will be born in future in the name of Shantanu. So now Prateep has given a son. So that son was named as Shantanu, and Ganga married to Shantanu. Now Shantanu and Ganga both have given birth to a very versatile, very valor son, that is Devvrat, which later on named as Bhishma. So Bhishma Pitama, we also say Bhishma Pitama. So here we have seen that Samrat Kuru, whose son was Samrat Prateep, And whose son was? Shantanu. Shantanu married to Ganga. Ganga married to Shantanu on the some kind of that is, he had put uh, some conditions, preconditions, that you will not question what I will do to my son. You will never question. When you will question, I will go to Shiva's hairlet. I will not come back, and I will go to heaven. I will not come back. So Shantanu agreed, okay, I will not question you what you do. Every father loves son. And what I can say, now, Ganga has given 8 sons. These 8 sons are Vasu. Vasu means, what are Vasu? These are the 8 divine sparks. That is the 5 elements which are Bhumi, Rapo, Nalo, Vayu, Kham, Mano, Buddhi, Revcha. So we see that is the earth is element, air is element, heat, that is fire is element, that is Bhumi, Apo, Anal, Vayu, Kham, and this sky is element. So whatever are the 5 elements along with, that is earth, sun, and star. So these 8 are known as Vasu, who are deployed by uh, Indra to here. Now these 8 Vasu once have stolen the cow of Rishi Vasishtha. So they were cursed that you will now born as human being. And these were only 8 Vasus who were given birth by Ganga and Shantanu. Now, to free them, when Ganga gave birth to any son, so simply she submerged them into a river. But Shantanu was very displeased to see that my sons are keep on submerged by my wife Ganga. She has done 7 times to free them and make them again Gandharva to serve the complete cosmos. However, when she has given the 8th Vasu, that is Devavrat, or you can say Bhishma Pitama. Now Shantanu has questioned, no, I will not allow you to submerge my son into river. Please don't do so. Ganga has put the same condition as you have questioned now. Now I am going and you keep your 8th Vasu. So now Bhishma was 8th Vasu. He was having a deity spot. In this manner, we see that Emperor Kuru has given a birth to a son. Emperor Prateep has given birth to son Shantanu, and Shantanu has given birth to son Bhishma. However, the same Shantanu once got attracted to Satyavati. She was a daughter of a fisherman. Same Satyavati, who was carrying person from this side river to that side of river. So Satyavati was nothing, but she was a daughter of a fisherman. And he was doing day-to-day job, carrying person from this side of river to that side of river. Once Muni Parashar was had taken help of Satyavati to go from this side to that side. And during that course of journey, he got attracted. Muni Parashar got attracted to Satyavati. And he want to become intimate with Satyavati. But Satyavati has now put 3 conditions that I can make relation with you if you fulfill my 3 desires, that my virginity should be maintained. Second, that is the smell, foul smell of fish, which is coming from my body. It should be completely converted into aroma. So these are the conditions which is put, and I will be more beautiful as earlier. Now I will become more beautiful. So Niparashar has agreed to all these conditions, and also the 3rd condition was put that nobody should see this intimation. Now Muni Parashar with Satyavati has given the birth to a son, Maharshi Ved Vyas, who has written this great epic. Also, Maharshi Ved Vyas has done now carried on this Kuru Vansh. Later on, we will see what the Maharshi Ved Vyas role was in now continuing this hierarchy. So, here we are seeing that Emperor Kuru has given birth to Emperor Prateep. Prateep has given birth to Emperor Shantanu. Shantanu has now two wives. One was Ganga, who had left earlier. Now Ganga has left to heaven because Shantanu has questioned. So Shantanu has questioned why you are submerging my son, these beloved son. Why you are submerging? Now Shantanu has questioned. So Ganga has left and again had gone to hairlets of Lord Shiva. Now Shantanu was alone and he got attracted to that Shivine Satyavati because now she is profused with aroma. She is having fragrance more beautiful. Shantanu got attracted. When Shantanu has put the proposal to Satyavati that will you marry me? Now Satyavati was very clever. So she had put some conditions that yes, I can marry you only if only my son will rule the kingdom Hastinapur and not your son Devvrat, who was from your former wife. Now Shantanu rejected this because he was loving very much to Devvrat. He was full of all versatility, all divinity. Devvrat was a matchless child. He came back. But when Devvrat later on had heard all this story, and Shantanu was also now very much doomed. He was very gloomy. Now he was not so much happy due to all these conditions, and he has given his heart to Satyavati. He want to marry Satyavati, but the conditions were very harsh, which Shantanu do not want to consider. But now Devvrat has gone to Satyavati and said, addressed as, "Oh my forthcoming mother, I agree your condition, and I on my side am promising you that I will not marry even. If I am not marrying, then how my family members will rule the Hastinapur? Only yours will rule, and I will not marry, and I will even protect your child and help them to carry or to run the kingdom of Hastinapur. If you believe me, then please come and marry to Shantanu." Satyavati accepted. She also was well known about how the Devvrat was and what were the promises of Devvrat valued for her. So she readily agreed and came to Shantanu and married her. In this way, Shantanu had two wives. One was Ganga and other was Satyavati. Now Satyavati has given birth sons, that is Chitrangad and Vichitraveer. Satyavati has given sons Chitrangad and Vichitraveer. So in this way Shantanu has three sons. One is from Ganga, that is Bhishma, Devvrat. Earlier name was Devvrat, but when he has taken such a great promises, now he was named as Bhishma. That is very tougher person. So Bhishma, and the other two were Chitrangad and Vichitraveer. That Chitrangad and Vichitraveer, these two sons were from Satyavati. Chitrangad god died with a war with Gandharvas, with some, that is divine spark. he was died in earlier stage. And Vichitravirya, he was having some problem of impotency. He cannot give birth to son. He was that is impotent. Now again the problem came, who will rule the Hastinapur? Meanwhile, Bhishma has gone and he has won three princess from Swayambara. He has won Amba, Ambe, Ambalika. That are the three daughters of a kingdom. He now in Swayambara he won them, and in his chariot he bring them to Hastinapur for Vichitraviri. Please marry these girls. Now, Amba, Ambe, Ambalika. So when Vichitraviri readily agreed to it and married, but Amba said to Bhishma, see, I am loving the king Shalva. So you should not do so with me. Please let me free. I want to marry Shalva. So Bhishma has let them free. Okay, okay, go and you marry wherever you desire. Your two other sisters will marry to my brother, that is step brother, that is Vichitraviri. So those two were married, and Amba has gone away. Amba has gone away to Shalva, but Shalva rejected. No, no, you were won by Bhishma. How can I marry you? You go back. He came again to Bhishma, and now Vichitravira rejected. No, you have gone from my side, and how can I again accept you? You have given your heart to somebody, and now I cannot accept you. She has gone to Bhishma. Please, you marry me. Bhishma had said that how I can marry you. I have taken some promises and I cannot break those promises. So in this way, Amba has displeased to from Bhishma and ended his life. Amba has ended his life. Now, he has done a harsh meditation ultimately and ended by saying that I should be the cause of his death because he has not accepted me again. So I should be the cause. And ultimately, he was taken birth. He had taken birth in the kingdom of Drupad as a girl child. So Drupad has given birth to a girl child later on who was transformed into a boy. Now that is, we will see how the Bhishma Pitama was killed, and that Bhishma Pitama was knowing that the girl child is Amba and he is only the person in the Pandava Sena who is now transformed into a boy. The later on we will discuss this case. However, we till now are knowing that Shantanu has given three sons. One is Bhishma from Ganga and Chitrangada. Chitrangada already died with a war with some Gandharva, and now Vichitraviri and Bhishma are left over. Here it is worthy to mention that Raja Prateep has two sons. One is Valik and one is Shantanu. Valik's son were also fighting on the side of Kaurav Sena. So Valik's son were also fighting, that is Somdatta and their son Somdatti. Valik's son was Somdatta and their son was Somdatti. They were fighting to Kaurav Sena only. Now, Vichitraviri cannot give birth. He was impotent. And Amba and Ambalika were his wife. Now, how the Kaurav Vansh will go continue to run? Now, Satyavati Satyavati has one son, Maharshi Vedvyas, from Muni Parashar. Satyavati called his son Maharshi Vedvyas and said that now my hierarchy is going to be now in danger. Do something. Maharshi Vedvyas agreed. Okay, mother, I am agreeing that I will make your dynasty to run. However, your both these Putravadhu. So both your daughters-in-law come in front of me without fearing and without cloth. They should come in front of me. Now, once Amba came in front of in front of Maharshi Vedvyas. Maharshi Vedvyas, he was nothing but he was that is a kind of brother-in-law, Jet. So he was, Maharshi Vedvyas, a kind of brother-in-law. And now Amba came to Maharshi Vedvyas. That is Ambe. Ambe came to him, but with fear, due to not wearing any cloth, he kept eyes closed. As he kept eyes closed, so the son born was named as Dhritarashtra. Ambe has given birth to son named as Dhritarashtra, who was by birth blind. Ambalika came. Ambalika has not closed eyes, but his body became yellow due to fear. And due to this, the son born was Pandu, who was by birth having teeth row. That is a kind of jaundice. So he was by birth having jaundice. Now, seeing all these conditions, Satyavati became very much worried that my both the sons are here. One is by birth blind, other is having jaundice. Such are the conditions. So he has again insisted Ambe to go again. Ambe has not gone to Maharshi Vedvyas again, but he has sent to his dasi, that is co-worker, his worker, to go. That dasi has gone to Maharshi Vedvyas without cloth, but in full-fledged, without any fear, he has passed through Vedvyas. He has given the birth named Vidur. Vidur was very much conversant with all the religion, all the rules, regulation. So it was Vidur who was only running the Hastinapur under the kingdom of Dhritarashtra. He was counselor of that and secretary of that kingdom. So very well versed he was. And it was the wife of Vidur only who has fed the Krishna, Lord Krishna, that the peelings of banana. So they were very much religious also. They know who is the Lord, who is the spark. In this way, we have till yet seen that there the Kuru once was of Emperor Kuru. Their son was Prateep. Prateep has given birth to Shantanu and Valik. Valik's son, that is, they were fighting to the Somdatta and Somdatti. They were fighting to the side of Kaurava. And Prateep has given Shantanu. Shantanu we have seen that have Devvrat and Vichitra Virya. These were the now two sons left. That is Chitrangad has now died. Meanwhile, Vichitra Virya also died. Vichitra Virya died. So here we see that later on Dhritarashtra and Pandav. These are two their hierarchical that is claimer of Hastinapur. Dhritarashtra and Pandu. Dhritarashtra was by birth blind. So and Pandu was having jaundice. So who will claim the kingdom? So here Dhritarashtra claimed the kingdom, that though I am blind, but no matter I am blind, I should be the king of Hastinapur. And he was made king under the counseling of Vidu that I will see and he will be king. But Dhritarashtra has married, that is Gandhari, who was the daughter of Gandhar Naresh, which is in Afghanistan. Our kingdom Bharatvarsh was from Afghanistan to far east and far north to far south. So this was extended Bharat. So the kingdom Gandhar and their daughter Gandhari has selected the Hastinapur Naresh, Hastinapur King Dhritarashtra as his husband. So by wish only, it was not compelled by Gandhar Naresh to go and marry, but by wish she has accepted this proposal and came to Hastinapur as wife of Dhritarashtra. On other side, Pandu. So Pandu has married two wives. One is Kunti Bhojraj, so that is daughter, and other was Madri. So these were two daughters of two different kingdoms, Kunti and Madri. So now Pandu has given, Pandu has two wives, Kunti and Madri. That is, Kunti was given a kind of boon, a kind of some blessings by Muni Durvasa, that whomever deity you will call, I am giving you a chanting, a mantra. By that mantra, when you will make avahan or make a call to any deity, that deity will come to you. So Kunti has done very much services to Durvasa when he has came to his kingdom, when she was not married. At that time, Durvasa was so much pleased with that child Kunti that given a chantings or mantra that you may call any deity and he will come. In her virginity, when she was not married, she has called, Kunti has called the Lord Sun. So she has make a call to Surya. Now Surya came, became intimated, and ultimately has given a son named Karn. Karn was also very much valor and very much Pratapwan. He was having infested with all the virtues. So now Kunti was fearful that what the society will think, and ultimately Kunti kept him in some wooden pot and ultimately float that child into river, and which was adopted by charioteer of Dhritarashtra, and that person has ultimately nourished, and that is caretaken that child named as Karn. So it was under Hastinapur kingdom, the Dhritarashtra charioteer has taken over that child. Kunti was now married to, we know that Kunti was married to Pandu, and later on Pandu has once gone to some arcade. He has gone to that is forest to kill animals. There one pair was intimated, these were deities. So he has now killed them. Those Gandharva has now cursed Pandu that you cannot make any intimation with your any of wife. If you do so, because you have killed us in this condition, so if you do it, immediately you get killed. So now this all Pandu has told to Kunti. Kunti has said, don't worry, I have some chantings and I will give birth to your child. Once he called by that chant to Dharmaraj, that is Yamraj only, and given birth to Yudhishthir. Once he called, that is Vayu, that is the Lord of Wind, and has given birth to Bhim. Once he called, that is the king of all divines, that is Indra, and has given birth of Arjun. Now the three sons, one was earlier, Karn was also, that is before marriage, that was hidden. Nobody was knowing that, it was open secret. Now three were the sons, Yudhishthir, Bhim, and the third son was Arjun. Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun, they were having different powers in their own feats. The Shantanu has told Kunti that Madri is not having any child from me. So please make learned this about this chanting to Madri, so that Madri also can give birth to sons. So Kunti had made this arrangement, and Madri is now also learned about that chanting. Madri has called Ashwini Kumar, and from Ashwini Kumar is also a divine spark. So from Ashwini Kumar, Madri has given birth to Nakul and Sahdev. So Ashwini Kumar, these were also the sparks of divine, because Ashwini Kumar has given birth. So in this way, this all happened. Later on, once Pandu was with Madri in some forest, then due to very serene and calm climate, he was affectionate towards Madri and get intimated with Madri. But due to the curse which was given by the couples, Pandu immediately died, and along with Madri, it was in the pyre, both were now ultimately burnt. So along with Madri, because Madri has said, due to me only my husband died, so I am not willing to live. Now, please, Sister Kunti, my step, okay, Kunti, please take care of my sons along with your sons, and I am not willing to live. So Pandu, that is dead Pandu, along with living Madri, was converted into fire thereon. So it was a gist. And here Dhritarashtra has given with Gandhari, that is 100 sons. It is again some story, but we are not going to that. 100 sons, and Duryodhan was the eldest son of those. Dushasan, Vikarn was very gentle. However, along living with such kind of sons, some of that his mind has diverted, and ultimately he had also fought along with Kaurav Sena. So one daughter was also there, that is Dushala. So 100 son and one daughter was there in the side of Kaurava Sena. So it is all. Now here one thing is worthy to mention, that Yudhishthir was eldest among all. Among Dhritarashtra's putra, Dhritarashtra's son, and the Pandava's son. So by the rule of kingdom, Yudhishthir should be the king after Dhritarashtra. But Dhritarashtra was not willing to give that kingdom, that power to Yudhishthir. He was thinking that this kingdom should be owned by my own son, though he was youngest. Earlier, the same claim was made by Dhritarashtra, that I am elder, so though I am blind, but I should rule this dynasty. Now Pandu has accepted it. But later on, when Yudhishthir was eldest, so Yudhishthir should rule. But now Duryodhana has declined his offer, and he has said once that I will not give you the land of the equivalent to point of needle. Now, I will continue this so that we can have some idea about what is in this story, so that this first chapter of Gita we can learn very well. Now, Geeta Jaiswal ji, our sister, will recite a bhajan for us.
श्री राम, आवाज आ रही भैया?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी.
श्री राम। चलो मन चंचल राम शरण में, राम शरण में, राम शरण में। चलो मन चंचल राम शरण में, राम ही तेरा सच्चा साथी, मित्र हितैषी सब दिन राती। 4 दिनों के हैं जग वाले, हरि नाम संग जन्म मरण में। चलो मन चंचल राम शरण में, राम शरण में, राम शरण में। चलो मन चंचल राम शरण में। जग में कितना प्यार बढ़ाया, कितना सिर पर भार चढ़ाया। पग पग मुश्किल हो गिर पगले, भव सागर को पार करन में। चलो मन चंचल राम शरण में, राम शरण में, राम शरण में। चलो मन चंचल राम शरण में। इतने दिन हंस खेल लिया है, सुख पाया दुख मोल लिया है। रुक जा मत जा माया के संग, गिर जाएगा तू खूब गहन में। चलो मन चंचल राम शरण में, राम शरण में, राम शरण में। चलो मन चंचल राम शरण में। सब चिंता मिट जाएगी तेरी, हरि भज तज दे तेरा फेरी। एक राम सहारा ले ले, शरण मिले गुरु चरण कमल में। चलो मन चंचल राम शरण में, राम शरण में, राम शरण में। चलो मन चंचल राम शरण में, राम शरण में। श्री राम।
श्री राम। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुर्भाग् भवेत्। न तोऽहं कामये राज्यं, न स्वर्गं न पुनर्भवं, कामये दुःखसत्तानां प्राणिनामार्तनाशनम्। स्वदिष्टं भवतु गोविन्द, स्वदिष्टं भवतु गोविन्द, न तुमदिष्टं पाहि मां रक्ष मां। तेरी इच्छा पूर्ण, हम सब तेरी शरण में अपने चरणों की भक्ति।
राम राम शिव कुमार, बहुत बहुत प्यार आशीर्वाद। राम
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 राम राम श्री राम राम।
राम राम। और
राम
गीता
राम।
बहुत अच्छे से भजन गाया, आनंद आ गया। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। राम राम।
राम
बहुत राम राम। राम राम राम
Ram.
राम राम
जी राम राम।
राम
Ram.
राम
Ram Ram. Ram Ram सबको.
मौसा जी
Anyone has questions? Anyone has questions for Bhaiya?
Pardon, Priya ji?
No, I'm asking if anyone has questions for you,
Yeah,
Bhaiya.
yeah. If somebody has questions, then please ask. Any doubt? Because it is a little complicated story, but I try to explain it in a simple manner. So any doubt anybody is having, then please ask.
If not, you can message us also. Okay, you can email us and we can send it to. You can message us and we'll send it to Bhaiya. Okay? Thank you, everyone, for participating today. Thank you, Bhaiya, for the wonderful discourse. Thank you all, and thank you, Geeta ji, for the beautiful bhajan. Thank you.